That's what I'm trying to take off.
All the dirt? Hello!
Alright, goofball. So, since I'm doing this build, I thought it'd be a good idea to actually dress up the motor a little bit as I'm going through it. I'm still cleaning all the dirt and all the stuff out of it, but I thought it'd be a really good chance to get the valve covers, get them painted, get the intake painted, kind of clean it up a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. The motor is so dirty that it was a hard time finding all the bolts to the valve cover, which seems like it would be pretty straightforward, but yeah, the dirt was covering some of them and it made it a little difficult to get the thing off. You'll see what happens next.
Not always. Oh!
Dang it.
Did you just break your car?
Luckily, I just snapped a bolt and not the valve cover. So to get the valve cover off, what I'll be doing is go ahead and take the cover for the coil and take those off. I'll be pulling out each of the coils. From there, I'll be taking out little miscellaneous brackets and things like that. And then I will also pull all the bolts for the valve cover. This time, I won't be pulling out. I will make sure to pull out all of them and not snap one. To do this, I'm gonna make sure I vacuum this up. You know, every time I open something, I try to take a vacuum to it because it's just been such a mess. And then I'll go ahead and pull the valve cover. Next, what I need to do is I need to sand down the valve covers, clean them up, and just kind of get some of that, everything off of it so I can actually do a decent paint job on them. I enlisted the help of my daughter. She can give me a hand with some of these. Always safety conscious, she has her gloves and safety glasses on. It's actually pretty great to get your kids into something that you're into. It was actually quite a bit of fun having her help me. I forgot to get the edges.
Like I suggested?
Maybe. So when I bought the motor, it still had the Lexus emblem on the top of the intake. I don't want that there. So I ended up kind of chipping it off, and in doing that, I ended up putting a couple little indents and cracks in it. So what I'll be doing now is I'll just kind of Bondo over that and sand it, smooth it down before I paint it, so when I actually go down to paint it, it'll just look smooth and nice, a nice flat surface. It'll make it a lot cleaner looking. It'll also give me the freedom to maybe put something else more fun on there, or maybe something a little more appropriate to this build. First, I'm gonna pull out the part A and put it on a little piece of cardboard or paper. And then I'm gonna mix in the part B. And once I do that, I'll apply it to the holes on the intake. And then I'm going to set it up really, really thick just to make sure those holes get filled in. Now that we got the valve covers and the intake kind of sanded and cleaned up a little bit, we'll, once this cures, we'll sand that, getting it all straightened up. And then we'll get it ready for paint. The paint should be here tomorrow, and we will get started then. So I started by painting the coil covers. The color I chose was a dark olive green from a Porsche. Here's some of the intake and the valve covers all primed up. This is the next one's going to be a picture of one of the valve covers painted, and the other one still with primer. I kind of wanted to show the difference between them. And then this is with the clear coat and everything put on when they're done. For the intake, I actually chose just like a GM charcoal. I want to have it just look a little bit different. And then this is what they look like all painted and glossed over. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next time.